she has no knowledge of any of this firsthand. So what she's really doing is kind of regurgitating what others have said already.
This morning, I got an email from a subscriber who I will not mention their name, but the tagline or the headline of the email said, Pearl Davis copying Kevin Samuels. Can I get a dun 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 sound effect? So then the email read, she's using Kevin Samuels taglines. Please call her out on this. Then I saw the tweet from H. Pearl Davis. Anger music, shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. And that sounds very familiar because that was Kevin Samuels' particular sign language. And it's interesting because I went in the Twitter comment section and then I saw people saying, like Mr. Sportsbetter, you don't have an original bone in your body. The next tweet said, sign language, Kevin Samuels used to say this. And this person says, do you have any original ideas or just parrot what Kevin Samuels used to say? And then it all comes down to this whole idea that, Just Pearly Things is a grifter. And nothing that she does or produces is her own work. In fact, Destiny, who collaborates with a lot of people on YouTube, happened to be on No Jumper podcast. And they were talking about the fact that Just Pearly Things is falling off tremendously. And it's something that I've said before, but let's play that clip and then we're going to come back.
Do you think your girl would be mad if you fucked Just Pearly Things?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really
And
thought
what
about it.
happened to Pearly though, man? Like she had like a very rising star trajectory, and then she just started talking to more people, and then they just
here's the two issues with Just Pearly Things. Okay,
yeah.
One is her growth was never as explosive as people thought it was. She hardcore gamed the Shorts algorithm. Okay, like that 1.5 million subs, that's like 200,000 subs. Right?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because if you look at her long form content, she struggles to get I think 150,000 views on a video. With over 1.5 million subs on the channel. Yeah. So that's the first up. Secondly, she was growing in kind of the pocket of all of that red pill stuff exploding. And now people have kind of, let the air out of the tire a little bit and it's kind of deflating a bit. And so she blew up on these shorts and then she's kind of drifting here and then all the other red pill stuff is kind of whatever. And she's just kind of because she, in my opinion, not to be mean or rude to her, I don't know if she offers much in terms of her individuality that people would want to stick around for, right? Like as much as I might not like their beliefs, I could understand why people would watch Myron. I know why people watch Freshman. I know why people watch Andrew Tate.
Well, they have an enduring fan base.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but even as individuals, even people like Rolo and stuff, I can understand why people are fans of those people. But how many people are fans of Pearl?
But do you think that's why Pearl has pivoted to saying the most misogynistic things possible on Twitter?
I think she half believes it too. She's got a lot of dumb
No way
beliefs.
she believes it, bro.
You see, Destiny makes some strong points in that particular clip. Because see, all Pearly Things does is try to grift to get money and just steal people's ideas. She doesn't have any individuality. That is why when she goes live, nobody goes to check out that it's her live. If she doesn't have Andrew Tate on or talking about somebody like Andrew Tate, nobody really cares. And the fact that she has a ballooned audience due to YouTube Shorts, her long form content just doesn't go anywhere because Just Pearly Things doesn't really have an opinion. Her opinions are all based off other people who she stole those opinions from. And I want to go back to another YouTuber who broke this down called The King of Nothing. He's going to explain this in a way that possibly I cannot about how she continues to grift here on YouTube.
Pearl is not a scammer in the traditional sense. She doesn't sell some $5,000 fake guru course, but as YouTubers, we do sell ourselves and our content to the general public to try and make more money. And that's totally fine, but the issue comes in when almost every conversation you're having is nothing but red pill NPC talking points that's been copied off of other people in an attempt to pander to a predetermined audience for your own monetary gain.
I'm doing this for money. It's all about money to me.
Got him!
The primary issue I have with Pearl is that she makes long-form content but doesn't actually speak what she thinks. She thinks what her audience wants to hear and repeats that like a sneako.
These people are just genuine bots.
For example, on almost every podcast she goes on, she proudly parades around this opinion that she thinks women shouldn't vote.
I don't think women should vote. Huh? I don't think women should vote.
Lord Jesus.
And this isn't some one-off thing. Pearl cannot stop herself from saying women shouldn't vote whenever someone puts a microphone in her face.
You shouldn't vote.
What? No, I shouldn't.
And that comes from his particular video, The Dumbest Woman on YouTube, Just Pearly Things. But then there's another video that I'd like to play from Better Bachelor. And Better Bachelor also reviewed some videos from Just Pearly Things. And this clip here that he's going to talk about it is very telling. I want to play this particular clip here about what he says about Just Pearly Things, and then we're going to come back.
Women in general, especially in the United States, England, whatever it may be, are not held accountable for their poor decisions.
Men are trash. That's common in society, right? Women are trash isn't. Men are held accountable all the time, every day.
All these women are born with value. They're pretty already. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value.
Women are born with value. Men must create their value. A guy doesn't lose his value just because he picks the wrong woman once.
Just men are attracted to youth, beauty, and fertility. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
Men value purity and youth. Purity, youth, beauty.
You can really get those.
So let me just pause it here for a second. So what Brittany put together there was pretty much kind of what you heard Kevin Samuels say. Of course, Kevin's not with us anymore. You've heard Fresh and Fit say. You've heard Andrew Tate say. You've heard me say. You've heard Sandman say. You've heard Turd Flinging Monkey say. You've heard Coach Greg Adams say. Donovan Sharp has said. The list goes on and on and on. And many more channels that have been around a lot longer than I've been around. So many of you could say, yeah, dude, but you say the same stuff, and you got it from those OGs as well. Yeah, you're correct, and I won't deny that. But the difference is I've also lived the experience, and the difference is I'm also a man. So it affects me. She has no knowledge of any of this firsthand. So what she's really doing is kind of regurgitating what others have said already.
You see, guys, Just Pearly Things is falling off. There is no doubt about that. And her numbers are very inflated. Again, TikTok shorts or YouTube shorts can definitely boost one subscriber count. But when you grow up, when you blow up that fast in that format, it doesn't mean people actually like your stuff. It just means that they saw a short clip, they decided to hit subscribe, but you're really not keeping your audience in. And that's okay, right? It's okay to have those balloon numbers if you want, but then every video you drop, you're getting like 4,000 views or 3,000 views up until you have like a live stream. But what we're understanding is that people feel that she's not authentic. Just Pearly Things, many people feels that she's fake. So when the going is getting tough, like we're seeing it is, the one thing that Just Pearly Things can do is go back to what she's been successful at doing, which is grifting. And there is no way to grift better than to pretty much go to one of the most known guys in the Red Pill history, Kevin Samuels. Now, let me just say this. As a person who knew Kevin fairly well, as a person that introduced Kevin to the space, as great as a YouTuber Kevin Samuels was and is, one thing I knew is that I was never Kevin Samuels, which is why I never tried to take any of his talking points directly or the sign language or anything. And I get the fact that a lot of us can steal or borrow ideas from each other, but just outright grifting is something that's really important. And if you want to talk about stealing, there's one last clip I just got to play. And that clip comes from, I hate to do this, but It's Complicated channel. All right. Now, if you want to talk about her being a plagiarist, guys, this is very ugly. Let me play this part and then we'll come back.
Why is it okay for women to feel entitled to being protected and provided for, but it is wrong for men to feel entitled to sex and intimacy?
Why is it okay for a woman to feel entitled to be protected and provided for, but it's wrong for a man to feel entitled to sex and intimacy?
Why are there some women who shame men for being horny when testosterone is a male hormone?
Why must men put up with female hormones being emotional and crazy, but women can't put up with male hormones being horny?
When someone commits a crime, do you blame the criminal or do you blame society?
When somebody commits a crime, do we blame the criminal or do we blame society?
Well, if a woman is attacked in public and a man is attacked in public, who do you think is more likely to be rescued?
If a woman and a man are attacked in public, who is more likely to be rescued?
When was the last time you apologized?
What was the last thing that you apologized for?
Do women have a right to be afraid of men when 80% of all violent crime is done by men?
Do women have a right to be afraid of men when 80% of violent crime is done by men?
How is that different than fearing certain races based on statistical data?
How is that different than fearing certain races because of statistical data?
Why is it okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
Why do you think it's okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
So you see, guys, I mean, all this has been is stealing to pretty much get on top. That's what we're doing here. She's pretty much stealing to get on top. And she doesn't mind where she steals the stuff from as long as it makes money. The problem is you just can't stay at the top by stealing. You see, guys like Andrew Tate, as much as I cannot care so much for Andrew Tate. The one thing I like about, I could say I like about him is he is original, right? He's not a person that I feel that is fake, even though he's a scam artist. He's not phony. Myron is definitely a fraud, but Myron has a level of personality. People like me, right? I have my own unique views that are much different. Dr. Umar Johnson, his views are very much his. Pearly just says anything because she feels like it will take her to the top. And then what you get is a balloon audience that doesn't have a lot of views. Like if you look at Jason Black's channels, Jason Black is clearly unique and he has she has like 1.8 million or 1.5 million followers. Jason Black has about 80,000 subscribers. Pearly Thinks has about 1.5 million followers. But Jason Black is very much unique with a very unique audience. He gets way more people watching him on his live streams than Pearly could ever get. Tariq Nasheed is the same way. Why? They tend to be more unique, right? When you hear Tariq Nasheed video, the way he does things is very unique. Same thing with Jason Black. But Pearly is trying to do whatever she thinks sounds good, and it's whack. Pearly, please stop stealing, right? Oh, and by the way, stop the show. Right now on the Kevin Samuels channel, I almost forgot to mention this. There is Men's Week. It's coming up this whole entire week. So I want you guys to go ahead and support Men's Week on Kevin Samuels channel. And guys, we'll see you there next time. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.